Hey everybody, it's Quincy from AllEars and I am here with a brand new video. I am at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge Resort today for its reopening day. We're going to do a full resort tour. We're going to check out all of the food, all of the pools, of course the animals and the rest of the atmosphere, and we're going to do a full tour of the room. I'm really excited. I hope you are too, so let's get going. When you arrive at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, you'll show up to one of two port cocheres, either one at Jambo House or the one at Kidani Village. It's a two-parter resort. And you can head inside. I got greeted by a bunch of Finley Bell Services cast members. It was awesome. If you do park here, that parking is going to be $25 a night, and there is valet parking available for an added fee of $33 per day. But I say we head inside and start exploring, don't you? Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is an African-themed resort with over 1,300 rooms. It is a deluxe resort, and part of that is because there are 4 savannas built around the resort so you can see real live animals. Unsurprisingly, it is located in the Disney's Animal Kingdom area. I'm here in what is quite possibly my favorite lobby in all of Disney World. This is the main Jambo House lobby. Now, Animal Kingdom Lodge does also have an extension called Kidani Village, which is a Disney Vacation Club-based extension, and it has its own lobby that we'll be visiting a little bit later. But this Jambo House lobby is absolutely spectacular. What might be kind of obvious is that this resort does have an African theme. It's actually styled to be a South African Wildlife Reserve lodge. That is the full theme here, and that is of course helped by the fact that it has savannas with over 200 animals and a lot of really, really beautiful African art throughout the lobby and the resort as a whole. This is actually the home to the largest collection of African art in the world outside of the continent of Africa, which is amazing. That is so awe-inspiring. Something that might catch your eye as a piece of the art in the lobby is this mask. And I know this doesn't look like the mask that we're super used to. This is called, I'm probably not going to pronounce it right, but it is an Ijele mask, and it is 240 pounds and worn on the head of a dancer. It is huge. It's like a story tall. And that's just a tiny sampling of some of the amazing art you'll see around this resort. I mean, the art is just as much a feature as the animals are. Do not skip taking a look around down the hallways and everything at some of these amazing, amazing works. Customers will be happy to help you at the check-in desks. Now for me, I used the mobile check-in feature on the My Disney Experience app. This can be done ahead of your trip, and you can mark when you're going to be here, and it will send you a text and or a push notification to let you know when your room is ready. My room was actually ready really early today. It was ready about noon, even though check-in time isn't until 3 p.m. typically. And of course, you do have access to the ever-important bell services. If you are going to be arriving before your room is ready or leaving after you have to check out, you can drop your bags off with bell services and they'll keep an eye on them for you while you explore your resort or even head to the parks. When you enter Animal Kingdom Lodge, you are actually going to be on the 3rd floor. It's confusing, I know. I'm bad at numbers, so this is just confusing, but it's a 6-story lobby, which is why we can see a few floors above us and then also a few floors below us. There's stairs over there. I'm gonna head to drop stuff off at my room in just a sec, but first I want to show the resort map so you get an idea of the layout. So this is all of Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's a fairly large resort. 1,300 rooms is nothing to scoff at. So we are here in the main Jambo House lobby. This section of the resort is Jambo House, and then over here this section is Kidani Village. So that's the general idea. Lots of shopping and dining and things in both areas. Well, there's one gift shop in each, and then lots of dining across both areas. You've got a pool in each section. And to get between the two, there are sidewalks and walking paths that you can take. There's also a shuttle, so you don't have to make this long walk from lobby to lobby if you're trying to get to the other side. But it should be pretty fun. All of this green area is savanna, and there's even some over here as well. So I'm really excited to take a look around and see some animals. All right, I am trekking over to drop off my stuff at the room right about now. The rooms at Animal Kingdom Lodge are divided into trails. This is the Kudu Trail, which is where our room is, but there's lots of other trails. I wish I was in the Giraffe Trail because I really like giraffes. You want to keep your eyes open when you're walking to your room because the hallways do feature even more amazing African art. And even some exhibits where you can read about different customs and things like that. But I believe our room is very close. You have a few options for getting into your room. I'm using my magic band because it's got Coco on it, of course. And you can just scan on in. You can also use a regular room key, but I see a savannah view. We will take a very in-depth look around this room a little bit later. Usually I do it right when I get here, but I think it's more fun if we check out the rest of the resort first and come back to the details. But we definitely want to take a look out and see if we can spot anything fun on the savannah. I'm 100% positive that I booked a standard view room, but I'm definitely seeing giraffes. What? I love giraffes. From my balcony right now, I can see 2 giraffes, a zebra, and a bird that just went behind the tree. There he is. The door is locked, and I'm on the balcony. What? I came out here, so it was clearly unlocked. I mean, there are worse places to be locked, but I have a resort tour to do. You think the giraffes will come save me? Good news, everyone. I got it. Okay, so for the record, these rooms have a latch that's kind of tricky and can and will potentially lock you on the balcony. The balcony has 2 locks. It has this handle that I used, and then this one that I did not notice, okay? So this little guy lifts up so you can open. But when he is closed, if I can close him, it's not impossible for you to pull the door open, which I assume is why there's a double knock. So I didn't even notice that he was there. But when you pull from the other side, it adds the pressure needed to make it so that this guy can't open. All right, we've taken a little gander at the room, taken a little gander at giraffes, gotten locked on the balcony, and made it back inside. So let's go check out the dining, shopping, theming, and everything of this resort, and we'll come back and do an in-depth room tour. Let's get exploring, safari style. I'm walking back to the lobby, and there's an ostrich staring at me. That is so ominous. All right, I am back in the lobby. It's about 2:25, so we're getting close to check-in time. It's getting a little bit busier in here. I think that the first stop we should make is to one of the savannah overlooks. So when you're in Jumbo House lobby, you'll probably be drawn to that really big picture window that leads you out onto the savannah. I don't think I can physically stop myself from walking out here when I come to Animal Kingdom Lodge when I first arrive. And this is the Arusha Savannah. It is kind of the central one right in front of Jumbo House. When you're headed out here, you'll pass the Arusha Rock Fire Pit out here on the Arusha Rock Overlook. And this is the most unique fire pit on Disney property, most likely. But of course, the main event out here is the savannah. There are lots of rocking chairs and areas for you to stop and take a look out at what animals might be passing by. Let's see if we can see any right now. Right away, I spot some pink-backed pelicans hanging out. They look like they might be looking for some food. Most of the time, the savannas are manned by these safari guides, and they will be happy to tell you all about the animals or point out any that might be hiding but still visible if you know where to look. All 4 of the savannas here do have giraffes. A couple of the other savannas have their own special animals, but I love a zebra. Giraffes are my favorite. One of the keepers did just tell us that the female giraffes who live on the Arusha Savannah have decided not to come out today. They are happy where they are at their homes, so they haven't come out today. You do run that risk. They're animals. They get to behave how they want, but odds are you're going to see some animals. Disney does a really good job of having them come out here, eat right by the gates and things like that, so it's really, really neat. Now, you do get the plus of the animals with the savannas, but there is actually one minus, which is that balloons aren't allowed at this resort. So just a heads up for you parents, if you buy a balloon in the park, you will have to check it with Bell Services for the duration of the stay. So that balloon might lose a little bit of its luster. If I don't stop myself now, I will literally stand out here and stare at the animals for the rest of my visit. So I think I am going to head inside and check out a little bit more of the lobby and maybe some of the dining. Back towards the front of the Jumbo House lobby, we have Zawadi Marketplace, which is one of 2 shopping locations here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. It is a pretty sizable one too. So not only do you have a load of Disney merchandise like you'll see everywhere, but you also have some African crafts and artisan goods and things like that. These beautiful animal carvings. You can apparently play tic-tac-toe in here, which is shocking. And I wish I had a buddy to play tic-tac-toe with. Why commemorate your Disney World trip with just Disney souvenirs when you could get some of these beautiful and unique souvenirs here from Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge too, especially if you stay here, if you really enjoy Animal Kingdom or anything like that. When I was a kid, I used to go wild for any time there was like a box full of rocks. This box full of rocks is making me feel pretty excited right now, and I'm not even a kid anymore, but look at all those cool rocks. Artists could be in during your visit to do some name artworks for you if that's a personalized souvenir you might like. And like you'll find at every single Disney World resort, there is some specific merchandise to Animal Kingdom Lodge, like this very cool Jumbo shirt. And look at this fun hat. That's a fun hat. Probably my favorite thing is Animal Kingdom Lodge tumbler with the savannah on it and all the animals. So neat. Just be warned, you might see slightly higher prices than you might see on these things at the grocery store. You can get grocery delivery to the Disney World Resort, so that's always an option if you don't want to pay that premium. You can also find some snacks and sweets and things like that. Even some larger items like pizzas and tater tots, since there are Disney Vacation Club villas here. And you've of course got your essentials wall, which is my absolute favorite because I need medicine when I don't feel good. Or a toothbrush because I forgot mine and I'm not the brightest. Should I buy Molly a rubber snake? Molly really likes snakes. There's so much to look at here. Like dining, which is where we're headed, or this beautiful mud fireplace, which is, I mean, come on, that's gorgeous. And they do light this year-round. One thing to note about Animal Kingdom Lodge is they typically have a lot of recreation and adventurous activities. They even have safaris that are a bit of an upcharge. Now, those have not returned since the resort reopened the DVC portion last year or today as it reopens the full portion, but hopefully it will return as we continue to get more offerings back in Disney World. There is a lot of dining at Animal Kingdom Lodge. As you'll pretty much find when you stay at a deluxe resort, dining is king. But let's head down and check out some of it. This staircase off of the lobby is your best route down. There are some other routes. I've gotten very lost, but this is the best one. I figured it out for you. Go this way. There's also elevators if you don't want to take the stairs. When heading down the stairs, the first place you'll pass is Victoria Falls Lounge, which is the lounge/bar that sits directly above Boma. It's a good place to wait for your table at Boma or Jico, and it is not open right now, but we will be stopping by there a little later for some food. So I'm pretty excited. All right, and here we have the first table service restaurant. This is Boma. Boma serves breakfast and dinner, and it is a buffet. Interestingly enough, it's actually the first buffet to return to Disney World since the parks reopened in 2020. It serves a lot of American favorites as well as some African dishes during those breakfast and dinner services. I actually went when it reopened last week with my pal Breedlove. It's a great spot for vegan eaters like Breedlove, so that's a pretty great thing. And then just across the hall from Boma is Jico, the cooking place, which is actually my favorite restaurant in all of Disney World. It is still closed, unfortunately. It's a signature table service restaurant. Very, very romantic, amazing food. The space is actually designed to represent a nature scene, and so you can actually watch the colors on the wall change as the sun sets when the light streams into the restaurant. It has a huge selection of South African wines. Right, outside on the first floor, you'll find the Uzima pool area, which is a huge pool area that we're going to explore. Even though a lot of those specialty activities here aren't available right now, they do still have some recreation, like the movie Under the Stars, poolside activities, campfires, and things like that. So Uzima Pool is actually one of the largest pools on Disney World property. I think it's 11,000 gallons if I remember correctly. We've got lifeguards on duty while it's open. Pool hours right now are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Lots of folks having fun. Just off the pool, you'll find Zahanati Massage and Fitness Center, where you've got state-of-the-art fitness equipment. They also typically offer massages and facials, so you can ask to see if that's an offering while you're here. And Uzima Pool has 2 hot tubs, so relaxation central, if you know what I mean. Also, complimentary towels at the pool, so you don't need to bring any from your rooms. Back towards the back of the pool area, you'll find the Hakuna Matata playground, which is standard playground equipment, but I'm sure it's all the same to your kiddo who wants to get some energy out. And something that sets Uzima Pool apart, in my opinion, is that it does butt up right to Uzima Savannah, which is right up here. This savannah has a flamingo pond, which, I mean, go swimming, grab a pool drink, and look at flamingos. That sounds amazing. One of the reasons Animal Kingdom is one of my favorite parks is because every time I visit Animal Kingdom, I learn new animal facts. I don't even think it's possible, but somehow I learn new animal facts all the time. And that's true at Animal Kingdom Lodge too. I just learned that flamingos have 19 bones in their neck, or vertebrae, which are bones, I guess, which is more bones, or the same amount of bones that I have in my back. And so do you probably. So that's really crazy. I also learned that flamingos are one of the only birds that can actually drink warm or salted water, because that unique shape of their beaks actually has a system that can filter the salt out so that they can drink the water, just built into their face. Also here at Uzima Pool is Uzima Springs Pool Bar. Great spot to grab African beer, South African wine, specialty cocktails, and things like that. Obviously you need your pool drink. This is where you stop when you're at Azima. There is a shallow pool for little ones over here, but if you want the real good splash pad, you'll have to head over to the pool at Kidani Village, which we will. The Azima pool area is also home to Pumbaa's Fun and Games Arcade. Got video games and classic arcade games in there. So if that's something that you want to do on your resort day, you definitely have it as an option. It's a pretty sizable arcade too. One thing to note about those dining locations is that Boma and Jiko do not have Savannah views. If you want Savannah views, you should head over to Sanaa at Kidani Village. So just inside the hotel from the pool, you'll find Simba's Cub House, which is a very neat and unique offering. It's kind of a kids hangout space and it's super cute, Lion King themed. You also do have access to laundry while you're here. Laundry machines do typically take card in Disney World. This area is also where you'll find the Mara, which is the quick service restaurant here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. It is kind of a weird time to eat, but I actually think I'm going to go ahead and have a late lunch, early dinner situation, and then we'll pop into the lounge later for a snack. The Mara does accept mobile order, and mobile order is heavily encouraged in Disney World right now to help reduce touch points. So you can mobile order through the My Disney Experience app. You just go ahead and select what food you're interested in at the Mara on the app. Go ahead and place that order when you're ready, and when you're at the restaurant, you can tap I'm here, prepare my order. The Mara serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it has indoor and outdoor dining space. Good place to grab a snack when you're chilling by the pool too, of course. Mobile order is sort of the name of the game right now. As you can see, they've got mobile order stations set up instead of the traditional ordering experience. But there are a few grab and go options as well. If you're just looking to grab some breakfast to take back to your room or anything like that, you can pop in and do some grab and go. And they've got some amazing dessert options like zebra domes, the famous zebra domes. All right, so the Mara, like most other restaurants here, has a mix of American and African eats. So you might taste some spices that are a little less familiar. I went with a few main things. I've got the main entree, which is a roasted half chicken served with roasted potatoes and a sweet corn succotash. I love a succotash. And of course, I got zebra domes. Now, zebra domes are a famous dessert here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. A lot of people consider them a must-get. They are a chocolate mousse baked with amarula cream liqueur-coated white chocolate and drizzled with chocolate stripes and chocolate shavings. So yes, they do have alcohol in them, although it is a tiny amount. And it looks really good, so let's see how it tastes. All right, I'm starting with a bite of the chicken. That's good. It does have some more unique flavors to it. It is not like a plain, just roasted chicken. I'm not really sure like how to place it. It is not spicy at all. It's got just more like a richness of spices to it. I have some potato. They taste like they've got rosemary and black pepper on them, which is like if there were like a trio, an iconic trio, that's like the Mickey, Donald, and Goofy of things: potato, rosemary, and pepper. So that's really good. And then I love a succotash. Tastes like buttery vegetables, which are my weakness. If you've got a kid who's not a big into veggies, you'll probably have trouble feeding them this succotash. But if you're a grown-up who's into a half chicken and some succotash, this is a great dish. It's very filling. I can imagine it would be awesome after a full day at the theme parks. So I'd recommend this. Now the Mara, I wouldn't necessarily say to go out of the way for if you aren't staying at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. This resort is very out of the way. You do have to take a bus to get here. So the Mara in general, it's a quick service restaurant. It's got some unique flavors. It's great for if you're staying here, but maybe not if you're not staying here. All right, and I'm happily going in on the zebra dome. Those are so good. They're super sweet, but they have a really sort of like complex flavor from the amarula liqueur that's in there. It's very like coffee-y. It's almost kind of like a little mini tiramisu bite. And texturally, they're really nice. They're a super soft mousse, but there's like a cakey bottom to them that gives it a little bit of variety. Be warned that even though I say they're delicious, you might not think so. They do have a little bit different flavors than some of the desserts you might be used to. But a lot of people swear by zebra domes. You can get them here. You can get them at Boma. You can get them in the gift shops. So they're very good. They're worth a try at least once. That pretty much does it for the cool things that we need to see here at Jambo House. So I think we head to the bus stop and take the resort shuttle over to Kidani Village to check out some more stuff. Elevator dance, elevator dance. I'm in an elevator doing a dance. All right, so I'm headed back out the front doors of the Jambo House lobby, and we're gonna go check out the bus stop. So if you just head to the left outside the front door, you'll be on a path, short walk over to the bus stop. One downside to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is that every transportation option here is bus. So you really only have the buses to get around. They do dispatch a lot of them. It's a deluxe resort. They don't want you waiting super long, but you're going to be riding the bus. No Skyliner, no monorail, no boats. To get over to Kidani Village, you can either board the shuttle that comes every 7 to 10 minutes in a white shuttle, or you can get on any of the park buses and just ride on over to their second stop at Kidani Village. Take any of the Disney buses from Jamba House over to Kidani Village. If you're going either from Kidani Village to Jamba House, or if you just don't want to walk all the way over to the bus stop, you can hop right under the porte cochere at either Kidani or Jamba House onto the Animal Kingdom Lodge shuttle, which will take you between the two. That one comes constantly, pretty much every 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the wait. But now we're over at the Kidani Village side with these beautiful lanterns. Valet parking over here, bell services over here, completely separate lobby and everything. Now this is the Disney Vacation Club Villas side. It is a much smaller lobby, but nonetheless still beautiful. There's still some amazing African art in glass cases, a beautiful picture window that looks out over the savannah. If you are checking in on the Kidani side, you can of course use mobile check-in, but they've also got front desks manned with cast members in case you have any questions or need some extra help. This side of the resort is also home to Johari Treasures, which is another merchandise location. It is smaller, but they do have African crafts and clothing plus Disney items here as well. Lots of food items in case you need them for your room, alcohol, even again frozen pizzas and things like that, stuff like craft singles, and you can grab zebra domes here. If you need those little treasury yummy desserts, you can grab them right here. You head off the lobby, you can find some more nice spaces. There's a lovely sitting room here with an outdoor balcony as well. So Kidani has its very own arcade as well called the Safari So Good Arcade. Same deal, lots of popular video games and arcade games. They are an extra charge, but just typical arcade prices. And as is typical at a lot of DVC areas, there is sort of a community hall space here as well, where there are complimentary crafts and tables for hanging out, pool tables, foosball. Super cute space thing to do on your resort day. Another bonus, because this is a DVC Villas hotel, is that there are sport courts. So you know, head over and check out barbecues and sport courts just kind of across from the hotel, across the street. Ask a cast member if that's something you're interested in. I feel like it's long overdue that we've looked out on a Savannah overlook, don't you? Oh, this is so cool. I can see a wildebeest. On our way out to the overlook, I just wanted to point out that we are right by Sanaa, which is the only restaurant that's located over here at Kidani Village. It is a table service restaurant. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Their breakfast service is actually a specialty quick service offering, and that is what I'm going to be having for breakfast tomorrow. Spoiler alert. They've got sort of a fusion between African and Indian cuisine here. And this is the restaurant that I mentioned does have Savannah views while you eat. So I'm really excited for that in the morning. This here is the Sunset Savannah overlook. So this one, oh my gosh, look how close this dude is. So one of the keepers or one of the safari guides over at Jamba House let me know that you do get a little bit closer to the animals when you're at Kidani Village. So even if you're staying at Jamba House, it might be worth a stop over here at Kidani just to get a better view of those super, super neat animals. Kidani Village also has a pool area of its own, which the first place that you'll pass on your way over there is the Survival of the Fittest Fitness Center. I feel motivated just hearing that. Survival of the Fittest? What a way to motivate people to work out. Woof. Survival of the Fittest is located right in here with the restrooms and state-of-the-art equipment here as well. Strength training and cardio, whatever your jam is. Then we head in the Samawati Springs pool area, which does have a spa of its own, plus a lot of other stuff. One thing you might notice is that Animal Kingdom Lodge does not have any quiet pools. So if that is a make or break for your vacation, I don't know, maybe a little quiet pool, then this resort might not be for you, because both of the pools have activities, they have kids, they have water features, they are exciting, they are not quiet. Here's a map of the pool. So Samawati Springs is the pool proper. There's this huge 128-foot waterside we'll look at in a second, a lot bigger than the other one. It's about twice the size. There's Maji Pool Bar and Uwanja Camp, which is, I mean, your kids are going to go crazy for this. There are 3 separate areas for 3 separate age groups, and it is an activity area for kids. Maji Pool Bar has very similar offerings to the other pool bar. You can grab some entrees and such over here as well if you don't want to run all the way to the Mara, things like that. Samawati Springs Pool does have a zero depth entry too, so you can walk right in just like you're at the beach. It's got that huge water slide over here, which your kids will probably go crazy for. So Uwanja Camp is an interactive play area that just has so much to look at and do. There are 3 separate splash zones for 3 separate age groups of kids, and it's just big fun for kiddos. I'd be willing to wager that this area might be your kid's favorite part of the resort. And here we are at our final Savannah overlook, which is the Pimbe Savannah overlook. It's the smallest overlook, but I can still see some animals hanging out in the shade. Savannas are definitely more hopping during the day. If you're going to take a look at animals, it's probably better you just take a glance at them while the sun's out. However, at nighttime they are illuminated by artificial moonlight, and some of the animals are nocturnal, so you might be able to see them if you're lucky. I've actually been here before where customers have been out with night vision goggles so that I could use night vision goggles to see the animals out on the savannah at night, which was just amazing. One of my favorite Disney memories, and it was such a small thing. So nighttime, not as good to see the animals. They stay a little further back from the gates at night. They're not eating. And that's about all you need to see over here on the DVC side of Animal Kingdom Lodge. We will be back for breakfast at Sanaa tomorrow morning, but I think I'm gonna go wait for the shuttle and head back over to Jumbo House because it's time for that room tour, baby. I am back in my room and I'm feeling satiated. I had a wonderful time exploring, but now it's time that we explore a little bit more and do a wild safari through this room. Detailed look, let's do it. All right, so the standard rooms at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge are about 344 square feet. The deluxe rooms can be around 381 square feet. And this is a pretty nice room. I'm pretty excited to get to stay here because there's lots of really fun details. And of course, I can see animals right outside my window. So when you first walk in, you'll spot this big, beautiful closet, and we can open that up for a good amount of space. Lots of hangers provided, extra pillow and blanket in case you need it. And the other side opens up to reveal a slightly deceptive amount of space. There's this big block here, but you still have a good amount of closet space. Should serve you plenty. And the closet, which has a very cool design, by the way, has this cabinet in it as well, with just a ton of storage, shelving space, and a Disney safe in case you have any valuables you want to lock up while you're here. And then, on the end unit, we have a Circle of Life sunset. This is clearly an African savanna sunset, but to me it looks like the Circle of Life, baby. You know it, you've seen it, The Lion King. We've got all your necessities, your ice bucket, you've got glasses, and of course a Keurig coffee machine, very valuable in the mornings. Open up this drawer and you reveal coffee supplies galore, including 2 actual mugs. I'm not sure I've ever seen actual mugs in any of my resort tours, so that's really cool. This bottom cabinet opens up to reveal your mini fridge, where you can see my leftovers from the Mara earlier, because I'm the queen of leftovers and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Recycling and trash, as well as a luggage rack. I love having luggage racks in the room. I think they're the best way to get access to your luggage. And there are these beautiful baskets on the wall, which are my favorite art detail in here. As you might be able to tell, these rooms were refurbished recently. They do have a lot of the touches that you see in the refurbished rooms, such as the outlets built into the furniture with USB ports, and just kind of the feel of the more refurbished furniture. This dresser has 6 drawers. They're all the same size. Pretty sizable drawers, not the biggest I've seen, but there is plenty of storage space in this room, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. And on your dresser, you'll find the Disney Conservation Fund book, which does just kind of belong in the room, and you can look through it and see this cute cheetah guy, or learn all about the Disney Conservation Fund, the history of, and what they're doing now, which is pretty neat. You can also buy that book in the gift shop. This room does have the smart TVs, and then you have this lovely little sitting area, pretty standard for a hotel. I really like the design of this table, but I actually like the design of the mirror more. When I got here, my windows were wide open to show me my beautiful Savannah view. Interestingly enough, I actually had a standard view category room, but I can still see a lot of animals. This is definitely not rooftop. It's not parking lot. I paid for a standard room. This is classified as a standard room, but I have basically a Savannah view. You've got your privacy curtains, always a necessity, and then you have these pretty blackout curtains with this lovely orange pattern on them. The rooms at this resort do all have balconies. Most of them have these privacy dividers, but they are not completely private. The balconies are pretty sizable. Got 2 chairs, this really cute table. That's so cute. I want that. And I'm on a corner, so I've got a little added corner space here. But I don't really care about the size of the balcony. My concern is mostly being able to look out at the ostriches and the wildebeest and the giraffes we saw earlier and the zebras. There's just so much to look at out here. This room does have 2 queen beds, although there are a lot of rooms here that have 1 king bed, so you can go ahead and book that when you start your trip or when you book your trip. 2 queen beds is the standard. That's why I typically stay in rooms with 2 queen's beds, to show you what the space is going to look like. Speaking of which, almost 400 square feet is not really anything to scoff at in a hotel room. There's a lot of walking room through here. It is not quite as large. Oh my gosh, the bee came in here.
You're not able to see me on camera, but here I am as a free-to-use stock image from the internet. And I'm a yellow jacket, not a bee, Quincy.
Brief interlude while I figure out what to do about this yellow jacket. I'm super scared of bees. And there's one in my hotel room, but I feel like a wimp if I call somebody. Okay, so I am hiding in the bathroom because I'm really scared of yellow jackets. I called the front desk and they actually have a pest management team called Maximo, and they're going to send somebody here to my room to take care of the yellow jacket who has taken over the hotel room. I went and checked, he's still flying around up there. So I'm back in the bathroom. Everything's great. Okay, they came, they handled the yellow jacket for me. That was really fun and great for everyone involved. Back to the room tour. So I think what I was saying was that I do have a room with 2 queen beds. That is pretty standard across most Disney World hotels. They do have king bed options here. Those typically come at a little bit of an upcharge when you book them in advance. You've got little side tables on the outer sides of the bed and then this big central side table in the middle. It's got your guide to the magic on it as well as your phone. There's these really cool light switches that are labeled, which is helpful for me because I don't keep track of anything. The side table doesn't have a ton of space, but there's definitely this under shelf thing and then this nice drawer that has some space to it. Speaking of storage, under the beds, these are the renovation beds, so they've got a lot of underbed storage. Over on this wall, you've got your thermostat, another light switch, and I take it back. This might be my favorite thing. This really, really pretty like carving piece. I assume that is a replication of something, but it is really pretty. It goes really well with the decor of the room, like the headboards. And now you know what time it is. I did the safari of getting locked on the balcony and fighting a bee, which means it's time for bedside with Quincy in the savannah. All right. All right. This is comfy, and I'm tired. I usually do this earlier, and it's bedtime now. Now, this is a very comfy bed. I think I'm going to sleep very well. As usual, firm, but not too firm that it feels like you're laying on a cardboard box. It is a comfy mattress. I'm excited for my good night's sleep. And now for the best part, optimum head sinkage. Right into that cushy Disney pillow. I will say, if you like firmer pillows, Disney's pillows might not cut it for you. So you might want to bring your own if you're driving and can spare the space. Bed science done. Let's check out the bathroom. So you'll find your full-length mirror here, right on the door to the bathroom. It is a sliding door. And so you can slide it pretty heavy, actually. But then you can see me doing this, if that's what you needed. But into the bathroom, there's a lot more to see. So first thing I noticed is this fun Hakuna Matata print with Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa. I absolutely love that. You've got your hand towels and this big well-lit mirror that is lit just like all the others in the refurbishment mirrors. You got a vanity kit, mouthwash, 2 vanity kits actually, facial soap and body lotion out here. It is a double vanity with a lot of countertop space. Great for doing your makeup or just getting ready for your day. We've of course got this mirror that makes me look silly. No drawers or anything. You've got sort of this little cubby hole where you'll find a hairdryer. And then there's a little bit of storage space down lower, but not very much. Heading into the bathroom, we've got the commode. Well, we're in the bathroom. This is the toilet room. In here, you've got your commode, ever important, with some spare toilet paper, as well as plenty of towels. And then you have this very pretty glass door shower. They do have handicap accessible rooms. This one is not one of them. It has the shower with the lip on the ground, but you've got this ledge, the refillable Disney toiletries, another ledge for you to put your own toiletries, and then this big flat shower head, plus one of the little handle shower heads. I love this tile work in here. It's super fun. And I did turn the shower on and it has pretty good pressure, especially the little handle one has really, really good pressure. I'm scared to open the door lest another bee fly in, but there are so many wildebeest and zebra right outside right now, so I want to show them to you through the glass. I see antelopes, wildebeest, zebras galore all across the wide savannah. Look at this one all by himself with a watering hole. You go against the crowd, buddy. I like you. Wild room, savannah exploration done. I'm feeling good. You know what made me feel better? More food. I worked up an appetite, and I think we should go have a light post-late early dinner snack at Victoria Falls Lounge. All right, I am here to end my night at Victoria Falls Lounge. Like I said earlier, this is a really nice lounge that sits on the second floor of the lobby at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's a great spot to wait for your table at Boma or Jico, or just to grab a nice drink for the end to end your theme park day. So I'm super excited. We're gonna have a cocktail and an appetizer to finish out the night, and I think it'll be perfect. I'm so ready. So for my drink here at Victoria Falls Lounge, I got the Mount Killamarita. It's the second signature cocktail on the list, and it has our ultimate African margarita with Patron, silver tequila, Vanderhoom tangerine liqueur, and sweet and sour with a splash of cranberry juice. It looks very yummy, and I'm excited to give it a try. Ooh, that's really good. I was nervous because it's pink, it has tangerine liqueur. It looks like it might be a little oversweet. It is most definitely not. It's a very classic margarita, but with a couple of more exciting notes like the tangerine, and it's clear that it's got that high quality tequila in it. I am definitely a fan of this. If you're a margarita drinker, I would absolutely recommend this. I have the goat cheese dip, which Molly recommended to me. It is a beautiful spiced goat cheese dip that comes with assorted bread and crackers. There's this like crostini bread. There's clearly like some olives and olive oil in the goat cheese dip, some pita, and I don't know what these are called, but they're bubbly. So I'm excited to try. I would drink this through a straw. You could put this on a piece of tree bark and I would happily eat it. This goat cheese dip is amazing. If you like goat cheese, I can't even think of anything better that you could eat at Disney World, like when it comes to small plates or dips especially. Definitely the best dip I've had in Disney World by far. The olives on it are really amazing. I will say they do have a prominent flavor. If you do not like olives, that's something to keep in mind. You could probably ask for the goat cheese dip without it, but I do think that that's a pretty prominent piece of the dish, and it might not be as amazing without. It is definitely the perfect side to a cocktail. A glass of wine would be amazing with this, so Victoria Falls Lounge is definitely doing right by me. I am officially chock full of delicious goat cheese dip. And I think that I'm gonna go try to see if I can see any animals out of my window and then go to bed early because it's my staycation. I can do what I want. All right, very long, very full day, lots of antics. There were bees. I got locked out of my balcony. I saw a lot of giraffes. Overall a good one, but I'm tired now. I need to do some extended bed science, some 8 hours of bed science, some go to bed. I will see you guys in the morning, and we can talk about whether or not this resort is worth it once I see if it's got a good night's sleep. See you then. Good morning. All right, it's a brand new day. It's bright and early. Time for breakfast and to head to the theme parks. I'm super excited. We're going to go eat breakfast at Sanaa and then take a bus over to Disney's Hollywood Studios and see how long it takes. I think it's going to be a fun day. I hope you're excited. And I want to talk about how I slept and whether this hotel is worth it. So let's get going. We got a lot to do. So as you might remember, Sanaa is over at Kidani Village, and that's where we're headed for breakfast. So we got to head over to Kidani, which is either a 10-minute walk or that shuttle that comes every 10-ish minutes. Let's see if we catch the shuttle at the right time. If not, we might take that walk. Oh, look at that. The shuttle's here. And there's no one on the shuttle. Just like that, I'm back. That shuttle just drives back and forth between Kidani and Jambo House all day. So if you do not want to walk, you certainly do not have to. All right, before I head downstairs to Sanaa, I just wanted to talk a little bit about whether or not I feel like this resort is worth it. I feel like I've gotten a pretty good idea. I will say, because this is a Disney World resort, you do get certain perks like the free transportation. Later this year, you'll get early theme park access, and because it's a deluxe resort, you'll get extended evening hours as well. For now, you also get that airport transportation with the Magical Express, although that will be discontinued at the end of 2021. And the Disney Dining Plan has been confirmed as returning, so that will be a big perk for those with the vacation package soon. But the pros, one big one is obviously the animals. This resort is so unique in that you can walk outside or look out your window and see some absolutely beautiful animals. The food has to be a pro. This is definitely one of the better resorts for dining, with Sanaa, Jiko, and Boma all being really, really good restaurants. Plus Victoria Falls Lounge, and the Mar is pretty good too. Then there's also the recreation and extras here, which is a major, major pro because most resorts don't have a safari option. Now, I will say that safari option is unavailable right now, so we are missing one of those pros, but hopefully it will return as things continue to come back, and that's a really big pro when it does. Plus those daily activities like tours and things like that. Speaking of that pricing, the standard view rooms are going to range from $435 to $775 about. Pool view are going to range from about $470 to around $815. Savannah view are going to range from about $625 to about $1,275. And then suites are going to range from about $1,185 to about $5,230 for that presidential suite. Now, I did book a standard view and I have Savannah view, so just keep that in mind that you might be surprised with your view, but do not bet on it. And those rates do vary based on season, and you can usually find special offers too, so keep an eye out for those on the Disney website. So for lunch and dinner, Sanaa is a table service restaurant serving up Indian and African fusion cuisine, but it actually has a special quick service breakfast offering called the Kwamshra breakfast. It is super easy. You just pop down here. There's nobody in here. I kind of didn't really know if it was open or not. And they've got grab and go items plus a lot of hot entree items on the menu. All right, so I went with the Shahi Tukra French toast, which comes with saffron-scented sultan raisins, a whipped chai cream, and almonds. And oh wow, it looks so good. I am waiting on my food right now with my drip coffee. You know, I'm a happy camper when I have the drip coffee. When you do order here, you order at the bar, and then they will give you a table marker, which mine is a little lion, and they'll bring all the food right to your table. So you let them go whether you want it for here to go, and they'll bring it all to you. I just turned around and look at my view of the wildebeest. Oh, next level breakfast view. All right, I got myself a bite with a little bit of everything. So that French toast is so good. It's like the base is basic French toast, but then there's just like crazy flavors happening. It is obviously a sweet breakfast, as French toast often is, but it's not crazy sweet. It doesn't taste like it's like super sugary or anything like that. It is just an awesome combination of beautiful flavors. I would come over to Sanaa for this breakfast. It is so good, and I can imagine that a lot of the other things on the menu are this good as well. Plus, this French toast is $10. These are quick service prices for the kind of thing that I'd expect from a more expensive table service. It was super easy to come out here and get it. There's no long time commitment because it is just quick service. Case in point, this was amazing. I would recommend this to anybody who likes animals, anybody who likes wants the nice experience of dining at Sanaa, but maybe without those table service prices, or is looking for a really unique, really awesome breakfast without breaking the bank. One thing I can say is that you might not feel like it's worth it to go out of the way for quick service, and that very well may be true. Try Sanaa for lunch or dinner instead in that case. For now, I'm going to head back over to Jumbo House, drop off my leftovers, and then hop on a bus to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So let's go. I am at the bus stop waiting on the Hollywood Studios bus. There is literally nobody out here but me, which makes sense because it's a little later than park open. Definitely not the time you want to be headed to Hollywood Studios usually. Hollywood Studios. The bus ride itself was about 15 minutes, so that's going to be the same whether you're rope dropping or coming when I am a little later in the day. But just keep in mind that you might have to wait up to 20 minutes for the bus at the bus stop, and there might be lines at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge since there are so many rooms. Still, not too bad. Definitely not the speediest transportation in the world, but it did get me here. I made it. Trusty buses. And that just about does it for my tour here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge Resort. I had an amazing time. I saw giraffes. I got attacked by a bee. I locked myself on my balcony. It has truly been a journey that we've been on for this resort tour. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe and let me know in the comments where you want to see me go next. You can follow us on social media at AllEars.net. And until next time, I'm Quincy, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Want more AllEars videos? Click here. And want to subscribe? You can do that right here. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you real soon.